Hello, Cherie here, and I'm going to the Renaissance Festival. It is the best time of year. I love it so much. I'm so excited. I just spilled Dr. Pepper all over my makeup. Hold on, hold that. Now, if you can't tell by this horrible accent and the horrible gothic makeup, I know I don't have my costume on right now. It's about 9 o'clock at night, and I didn't want to, get fully dressed because getting in a corset is a pain. A pain. And then my boyfriend's got to cut me out of it. It's just, I wanted to show you what my interpretation of a pirate wench that is all vamped up and can kick your ass. And I'm going from British to Australian, so I'm going to stop this accent now. And if you haven't caught on by now, I'm a huge Renaissance Festival fan. And starting this weekend, it is Renfest season, and I look forward to it every year. Each year, I always go to each little thing that's here in Texas that I can go and I can kind of just pick what I like. And, I spent $300 on a corset. It's a beautiful embroidered corset. I love it so much. I could never invest that much money into another one. That's why I bore my whole theme focus on this red and black embroidered corset. The peasant blouse, black skirt, I need a garter, I need a gun, one of those fake little guns. Maybe I make one out of wood. Yeah, that's possible. I actually have the makeup and the skills, finally, to actually pull off an entire look at this place. I mean, I go into the shops and I like to go shopping to see the little costumes and little things going on there, and I like to watch the shows. The shows are a lot of fun, and I'm talking British again. I'm sorry, it's hard to get between all the accents. Sorry about that. You got the camping. We go with a group of like 40 people in our camping group every year to the Texas Renaissance Festival, and it's down in Plantersville, Texas. I am going this year on October the 24th weekend to Pirate Weekend, and we are celebrating Liz and Lee Moore, wonderful people that we camp with every year. They are so awesome. They are renewing their wedding vows. They met 5 years ago, Pirate Weekend at Texas Renaissance Festival, and they have been the most perfect couple ever since. And we're just going to go, and we're going to celebrate them, and we're going to have a good time. That's kind of why I went a little dressy with my costume this year, so it doesn't really look like a grungy, dirty pirate wench. It kind of looks like one that got a little dressed up for the occasion for the pirate wedding. And I'm just so excited. So thrilled. I can't contain my excitement. I mean, whenever this season comes around, I always, I think I tell the story of Renfest and how awesome it is probably 50 times before I go in great detail, trying to get anybody knowledgeable about how fun these things are. They're not just a bunch of nerds. There are some cool people that you run into, and I would hate for y'all to miss out on that experience. Plus, I'd love to see you in my environment, but everybody's drinking, everybody's camping, everybody's in costume, some people even go as far as doing like a full role play, like the crappy accent I try to do for you. If you want to follow along, I'm going to go step by step of everything that I did. And if you have any questions, please comment below. I'm happy to answer them if I didn't go in full detail in the video. And hang out and see how this happens.
And of course, we are going to always start off with the Nivea Shave Balm. Love this stuff. She's going to take a dime-size amount, put some in your hands there, and smear it all over your face. Get it all in there. Do eyelids, lips, don't forget the neck. And now once it's dried and had a second and it's a little tacky, is it sticky? Yeah, it's sticky. It's good. Awesome. We're going to take a Real Techniques flat brush. You could use any brush that you would prefer. I use this one and the Rimmel Clean Finish Matte Concealer. Well, not concealer, foundation. And you're going to put that on your back of your hand and you're just kind of staple it all over your face. Just kind of tapping it. And then I do little circles just to blend it in really good. And also dance along to my music and sing. Woo. Always, don't forget the neck. Do not forget that neck. I gotta cover up that scar from the curling iron accident of age 12 and also get up the nose. Ah! It got me in the eye. Ah! It's devil. Oh, okay. Then we're gonna get the NYX under eye concealer. I use a flat eyeliner brush. It works for me. And we're just gonna go from the inner corner and bring it out, and then from the outer corner bring it in. It makes a little triangle, and that's how I do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna blend this in, and then we're gonna do the top of the eyelids, and just so the powder sticks to it and the eyeshadow really stays, because it's gonna be hot as balls outside. It's gonna be hot. And then, of course, the Cupid's bow, because we have some vampy lips. I want them to really pop. So we're going to do the outer corners and underneath the lip, and, of course, get those fine lines and wrinkles around my mouth. And we're going to take that wet sponge. We're just going to tap it over. Just damp sponge. Not wet. Sorry. Damp. And just tap it over until everything's all blended in. It doesn't have to be perfect, again, but it's just got to blend in those edges. We're going to take the Airspun translucent powder. This stuff, I gotta get more. It's my secret weapon. We're gonna take a sponge wedge and just cake it on underneath there. You can get a pretty good bit. And we're also gonna do the jawline. And I'm doing the triangle in between my forehead because it's really oily. Then we're gonna take the Wet n Wild contouring packet. I've used a lot. And the Real Techniques dense contouring brush that I have absolutely fallen in love with and cannot live without. And we're going to just carve out the under of those cheeks to give it a little more of a sculpted look that I do all the time. And I also have to make sure my forehead doesn't look as big as it does whenever I don't contour. And then, of course, my double chin. That's got to go bye-bye. We're going to contour that, get rid of that. Yep, sexy. And we're going to take a small fan brush. I use this one because it's really got a light touch. And you get the highlighter from the contouring packet there, and you just go over the places that we've caked. It's light enough to where it hasn't brushed off that excess powder yet. It's just kind of blending it. And then we're going to do the eyebrow pencil. This is Pure Minerals Wake Up Brow. It's got a little brush over here, and then it has the eyebrow gel and then the concealer. We're going to start with this end right here. This stuff is so awesome. I love how it sticks. We're going to go right underneath the brow, and then I'm going to take a little spoolie and I'm going to brush it up just to make sure my arches are as high as they can go. And then we're going to take the brow gel in and just define underneath those arches, and then I start for the top to define the outer edges. I start at the arch and go to the outer corners. I leave those inner corners alone except for whenever I need to fill in my bald spots in my eyebrows, like there is right here. And I do the other side just because it looks funny if I don't use both sides of the brow gel. And we're just gonna brush that in, and once this gel's in, it stays. And it stays until I take it off. And of course we're gonna use my Morphe palette that I have fallen in love with and can't do without. We're going to set a base with this white matte color right here, and you're just going to put that over your eyelid where you put the concealer, and it doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't even have to show up. It's just getting it to where we can build up that eyeshadow. And we're going to try this matte plum color. I think that's the color I was going for, and nope, that's a little more purple than I thought it was going to be. We're going to go in with this black here and just go over it where I went before. And I use an ear swab to go from my nostril to my eyebrow, and it makes a perfect angle there, so I can keep that. It's a really useful tool, and I probably go through like 10 of them in a makeup session. We're gonna take this red coppery color here, and we're just gonna go over your eyelid where your eyeball would be, like your iris, like the green part of my eye. I'm just going over that. And I do upward strokes just because it helps. It gets to that edge near the eyelashes a lot better. And you can just cake this on because we're going to blend it, and we may have to touch it up afterwards. But this just sets the base of what I'm working around. Then we're going to take this little pointy fluffy brush here. I got this brush from Walmart, don't know where it came from. And get a little black. We're just going to barely touch the inner corners. We're not going to blend it yet. We're just putting the powder on there, on the outside and the inside. We're going to take this clean fluffy brush. I don't know what this one is by. I got it by Walmart. I've had it for a while. And we're just going to blend it in. Just like that. And ear swab to keep me from going over my lines. Then we're going to go in the crease just to tie this all together with this sparkly, plummy, reddish color. Don't know what it's called. And we're just gonna go in the crease and that just kind of ties it in over that red. And if the red's muddied up, just go back over it again with a little more red just to make sure it sticks. We're gonna repeat the same process to the other side. Just to soften the outer edges, we are going to take the Naked 2 palette, this little medium brown color right here, and just go along the outside just to give it like a smudgy, dirty sort of look, but without being so harsh lines. And then you're going to repeat the same process underneath your eye. And I didn't do this too crisp and clean because I remember it's a Renaissance festival. I'm a pirate. I'm not going to look studio perfect, let's face it. I'm just going to go under with that charcoal color, and then right underneath where the red was on the top eyelid, you are going to mirror the same thing underneath your eyelid. Along with an angled brush, you take that black color and just go on the outsides of that red, and then you're going to take a fluffy brush and just kind of blend it together just a little bit. You don't have to do it all right now. We're going to go to the eyeliner. It is the felt eyeliner pen that I got in my Ipsy bag. Just go from the outer corner to the end. I use that cotton swab to help me with my lines. It doesn't have to look perfect because we're going to put some really feathery looking fake eyelashes over this, and it's going to look awesome. And just tie the inner corners in a little bit just to get it a little darker so it looks a little smudgier. And of course we're going in with the Love Alpha Gel Eyeliner. And with I have a little smudge brush here by Shane. We're just gonna do the under eye first, and then I do the top eye second, because that's my least favorite part. It tickles a lot. And then we take a big fan brush and we're gonna swipe away all that caking that we did earlier. And then I got these eyelashes on eBay. They're very feathery and pretty. And we're gonna go over the tops of them with the Maybelline liquid eyeliner. And it's in waterproof. And just go over the top of it. Doesn't have to look perfect. And you just blush that in. And of course, I'm going to take the underside with the mascara and tie it in with the eyelashes. And then we're going to highlight with my e.l.f. highlighter that I finally fixed. And put it on top of the cheekbones, over the eyebrows, down the center of the nose, on the tip of the nose, Cupid's bow, and of course the chin. And then I have this Stila cream blush or lip rouge. It works for both. And we're just gonna take like a little fingertip and just kind of dab it on. And I take a dense round brush and I just blend it in over the apples of my cheeks. And I try to concentrate it towards the outside and then bring it in. And that really helps tie it in a lot better. And I'm gonna contour my nose with this cream contouring stuff that I used almost all of with a flat brush. And we're just gonna go over the sides and take that wet sponge and we're going to just blend it. We're gonna try something new. I'm gonna outline my lips with the Love Alpha Gel Liner. I'm going to start at the Cupid's bow. First, I'm going to blend in this to make it look a little dirty because we're going to go over this with some NYX cream matte lipstick in Monte Carlo. So you're gonna bring out the bottom liner first, and then you're just gonna tie in the top and leave in like a little smudge where it kind of looks like you're smiling. The NYX cream matte lipstick and just go over the bottom of it just to tie it all in together. Then we're gonna go over with another NYX matte lipstick, and this color is in Alabama. I love how dark it is and how vampy it can look. Then we're gonna take some bronzer. I'm looking a little washed out. Just a little bronzer, just kind of warm my face up a little bit. The Airspun translucent powder and just set everything in and take a little bit and put it over your lip. And now we're gonna do the hair. I'm just kind of playing here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with this 100%, but we're gonna fluff up the hair, make it look a little windswept and dirty. And then I'm gonna do like a half bun, just tied it up there. And bring a few pieces down like I've been out in the wind. Add some pearls. It's a little headband, so it's elastic at the back, but you can't really tell. And then we're going to take some design beach clay on both fingers Just kind of rub them in, and I'm gonna rub them in all over in my hair and just kind of fluff it up. And then I'm gonna take my little topsy-turvy thing and just tuck the hair under to the side. And I'm gonna add a few more braids, but I'm just adding one for the effect here. And we're gonna tie that together.
So that is my interpretation of what I'm gonna do this year at my Texas Renaissance Festival. Now I'm so thrilled. Now I have to remember that I am camping. I may not have all the lighting and the supplies that I need. My hardest thing to remember is not packing all of the other stuff because I've already packed that. I just have to remember to pack all my makeup and have stuff to put it in and space to work out in. And that's really gonna be difficult to find in a tent now that I think about it. Let's hope those years of learning how to do my makeup on the back seat of a bus helps me out, because I'm gonna have to improvise. And it's gonna be hot, there's gonna be no air conditioning, I'm gonna be sweating balls down in Austin, and then next month down in Houston. Sweating balls like crazy. It's usually very hot, even in October whenever I go to the Texas Renfest. And I really love the look. Let me get close. It's kind of gothic. It's kind of, you know, I'm gonna kill you, stab you. Sword fight. Sword fight! Choose your weapon. So if you like this tutorial here and want to see more of what I can do or what themes you want, I'd love to play around with it. I'm slowly getting supplies. I'm getting better on my lighting, as you can see. But I'm going to do something else to make it better and not as washed out, because I kind of look really white on camera, but it's really not that white. It's kind of warm along with the dark vampy tones. So if you would like to check out Texas Renfest or the event that I'm going to this weekend on September 12th, the Sherwood Forest Celtic Music Festival, or if you would like any more information on anything like that, it's a really fun thing to do with your family, to dress up and get into that world. And I think every day that my boyfriend introduced me to this, because now it's my new favorite hobby. I love it so much. So I would love for anybody, any one of you, to join me at these festivals every year. I go every year. It's kind of our tradition now. That's our holiday, and we can't ever wait for it to start. Goodness. Anyway, so if you like this tutorial here, just check me out at moncherie86. Check me out. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat as well, and I try to keep up with all of those things, but it's, you know, sometimes I miss a day or two on one or the other ones, but I'm usually always on Snapchat, and I try to be on my Twitter at least once a day. So please shoot me a comment if you would like any questions, answers. Thanks so much. Join us next time. Bye.